which is actually the website is programmermind.com. I created this website recently to help people who have a thirst or a desire to learn how to computer program and web development and stuff like that. So this website is actually geared directly toward, I would probably say, a beginner to an intermediate. Probably wouldn't want to say exactly beginner because some of the techniques here will require at least some kind of a skill set in programming as it is, or web development. So what this video is, try to keep this short here. What this video is actually set up here for is kind of like a site map where it's going to I'm going to go through the pages one by one and kind of show you what I have to offer here. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, obviously when you first sign into the website, you're going to see the banner and the home link, the about, videos, contact, Facebook and YouTube. And of course you'll see the navigation panel here on the left. And in the center here I just have a demo picture of a Java screenshot of a computer program I wrote while I was back in college. And later I'm going to try to incorporate some downloads in here for people who want to download programs to take a look at them. And if you also look here underneath the buttons, you'll see that there's a set of menus here I've even added, which allow you to basically, it's the same thing that you see over here from Programming Guides, Object-Oriented Basics of Programming, and it's all incorporated here into menus just for easier navigation. So if you don't want to click down here, you could easily just click on these menus and they'll basically do the same thing. So the first thing you might want to even, if you're, well, I probably would do this later, but I stuck this at the top so people would know where to find it. But once you get into the site and you have some questions, you can either do one or two things. You can click up here on the contact button, which will take you to the contact page where you can fill out a message. You can send it directly to me, or you can have it sent directly through email. Or you can also just click on the message board right here on the home page. And the message board will basically open up a form where you'll have to register, log in, and then you can post some messages on the board and I'll respond back to them. Okay, and kind of go over this. The first thing you would want to probably do here is probably most people would probably click on the buttons here, so I'm just going to go through the buttons. This obviously the home button, which is the home page. The next thing would be the About button, so this kind of is an introduction to myself and why I started the website. The next one is a Videos button, which I basically took, I'll be taking YouTube videos right on my channel and embedding them directly into my website. I've only got 2 here at this time focused on the programming aspect, which is ASP.NET. Okay, and here's the first programming example. I'll click on the Java tab here, or remember you can also click on it up here. And this will just take you, this is kind of the Java page for those who are interested in Java programming. This right here is basically an introduction to Java. I haven't really gone into a lot of detail on this one, but I'm going to continue to add content to it as I go through and progress. You can always click on the home to get back here, because I'm going to kind of keep this Java oriented, so when you come inside of actually a page, it'll keep those concepts related directly to that material. And these actually are still links that are not accessible at this time because I haven't built content for them. So the Visual Basic, actually there is one for here, but VB and Visual C++ are still in production. And ASP.NET, I'll click on this one since I do have some information on this one. Okay, this one is actually my ASP for those who are interested in web development. You'll be able to browse through here and learn about ASP.NET, and I take a focus on C# as it is. And the next thing here would be the MS SQL, or SQL, however you want to refer to it. This is just, I just started this recently, just a short page, so I haven't really added a whole lot of content on this. But this is where you'll be able to see that information. And here's kind of for people who want an understanding of object-oriented design. My goal here is to basically take an old school approach, since I've played with computers since 1986, and I had to start on an Atari computer learning BASIC and assembly language, and this is before the GUI interfaces and before the desktop was even invented. So I have my own, basically my own style I can actually teach you to show you a better way, probably an easier way to learn how to program instead of trying to go through all the the techniques in the way that people might teach it on the internet these days, or even taught in the classrooms. So this is the first one here is what you should know, and this is kind of given a rundown of how object-oriented programming works. I use kind of use a lot of visual examples. As you read through here, you'll find out more about what this means. And this is just basically explaining about the variables and stuff like that. The next one here is for flowcharting, for people who want to see the flowcharting process and how the computer program is structured, or how flowchart works. The next one here is for those who actually want to start the right way, which is the software development lifecycle, which will has just basically a few core points here, broken down in phases. Okay, and the next part here is basics of programming, and this goes back to what I told you earlier from my Atari days, is how I had to actually originally learn everything. So stuff like conditions, which are if-else statements. In this example here is just a program that, actually this is a C#. Focus on this one. And this one right here is, oops, I clicked on the wrong one. The next one would be keywords. So this is basically showing a few of the keywords that are actually used in programming languages. I tried to kind of keep the focus on the more common ones related to object-oriented programming. The next thing here would be the loops. So this is basically when you're ever inside of a computer program and you're creating, it's also known as counters, and you want to see something done within a sequence. This is what loops do. They allow stuff to be repeated. Like if you brought up in those old days and you wanted to see a repeated message, you'd go back to that message over and over, and it would just keep printing on the screen. This is exactly what a do does. So it can also jump out of the loop and stuff like that. And these ones are still inaccessible at the moment. I haven't built the content for them. And this one you clicked on earlier, this is just another shortcut to the videos, basically. So I believe that would actually cover everything. The only other thing I didn't go into detail about here would be the Facebook. This obviously takes me, if you click on it, it takes you to my Facebook channel. And then my YouTube channel, of course. So that's kind of the basics for the sitemap. So if you have any questions, I definitely suggest to contact me, like I said, directly here through the message board, and that's the best way I can stay in contact with people and find out exactly what you're stuck on, or what you would probably like to have the site more geared toward what you're looking for in a website. Because my overall goal is to really teach people how to do this, since I've been doing this for a long time, and I'd like to be able to see people's style and approach to programming and try to help them along in that progression. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and send the contacts to me as well, and I'll be happy to respond to you. And I wish you the best on your programming. Thank you.